Hey YouTube, Dafrogtoad here. Just a quick EDC update. Added a couple of things and going to talk about one of them. The first thing was this little light that I picked up from CountyCom just recently. And these things were dirt cheap over there. I think it was like $1.50, $1.75. So I picked up a bunch of them for gifts and to see if it would work for what I had in mind, which is just to have something attached to my camelback here that, if you've watched my other video, you know I carry this every day. This is, for all intents and purposes, my briefcase. But sometimes finding things inside of it can be a pain in the butt. So this tiny little LED, stuck it on there, we'll see. The other thing was a Leatherman Juice S2. Now, as you can see, I got it stuck right on the strap, and I've had this thing in my car for a while. I know I needed a small one, but it just didn't work for me hiding in the car. It wasn't there when I needed it. When I clipped it on the camelback, I found I used it a bunch, and it really came in handy. So I figured I'd show it to you, and if you need something like this, hey, at least you can see it. Leatherman Juice S2, orange, simple. Has all the basics. Let me get this out of the background because that looks kind of busy. You know, it's not gigantic. It's probably, oh, let's see, call that what? About 5 inches opened up. Real light. Doesn't weigh hardly anything, and I don't even notice it when I'm hiking around with my camelback on. I don't even notice it sitting there. And it's got wire cutters. And you can probably see down in there, it'll cut baling wire. I actually had to do that when I was off on vacation for a couple of weeks. I used this a bunch. And I do like the sharp pliers. The other pair I had, the old multi-tool I had, they were kind of big and gompy, and they couldn't get into some of the detail that I needed. So this has worked so far. And in this handle, it's got a decent sized Phillips head. Now these don't lock. But as you probably heard, it pops into place pretty positive. And it's not a big screwdriver. I'm going to call that maybe a number 1. It doesn't look big enough to be a number 2. But so far, it's pretty much worked everything I needed. I even took a deck screw out of that. Actually, put in a deck screw that was sticking up on a deck where I was at for a couple of weeks. So that came in handy. On the other side, it's got 3 different size screwdrivers. And just so happens, that one worked perfectly when my sight on my little 22 long rifle came loose. So that's a good, decent size. So far, so good. It does have a blade. Now, would I call that EDC? I don't know. I call that EDC light. It kind of sits in between the Flash 2 that I carry and this little Swiss Army knife that I sometimes keep in my pockets. It's anybody who's watched my videos knows that I don't like having a lot of heavy stuff in my pocket. So I might review this little guy later. But it kind of sits in between. It's good enough to clean fingernails in a pinch. It'll cut some stuff. It'll probably do for most light duty work. But on the other side, there's your bottle opener. And the big reason that I actually chose the S2, these scissors rock. They cut a bunch. I've had no problem with them. And they actually cut cardstock. I had to do that a couple of times. I don't remember exactly what I paid for this, as usual. Again, I'm a kind of a cheapskate, so I doubt I paid much more than 40, 50 bucks. Maybe I'll annotate it when I look it up. And it came with a little leather sheath. I'm not normally a fan of leather sheaths, but in this application, hey, it works. It don't come out. And that's really all I care about. This could be a little stronger, man, that's really ticky-tack stuff. I've actually got it hooked to the strap that the Camelback has on it for routing your hydration tube. And because this is my briefcase, I throw it around quite a bit, and I have yet to lose it. So, hey, Leatherman Juice, if this has the tools you want, it's good value. Really like it. Well, thanks for your time. Y'all have a great day.